Many people go on Shark Tank to pitch their company and ideas, and they either land a great deal with one of the sharks or more of the sharks, or walk out empty-handed. However, even though going on the show seems like a good thing, more than one of the entrepreneurs featured regrets it. It may be because they were already rich before going on the show, or the investors seemed to try to give them lowball deals. Whatever the reason is, in today's video we're going to talk about some of the worst businesses to ever go on Shark Tank. Back in season 3, a man by the name of Scott Jordan appeared in the show in order to pitch his idea of technology-enabled clothing, or tech for short. To display his work to the sharks, Jordan provided a vest that would accommodate all persons' gadgets free of hassle. Even though Jordan asked for $500,000 for 15% equity in his company, Scotty Vest, it turned out that the company was already successful, as he managed to impress the sharks, revealing that he already had $5 million in sales. Kevin O'Leary jumped in offering Jordan $1 million for 30%, but things quickly went south when Jordan decided to give one of his advisors a call. His advisor was none other than Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, who told Jordan that the sharks were lowballing him, and then things got really ugly. Realizing that he didn't need Shark Tank in the first place and regretting that he even came on the show, Jordan started pointing and yelling at the sharks, telling O'Leary and Robert Harjovic that they were out because he didn't need them. While Damon John was really angry that he had wasted all their time, Jordan simply walked out of the tank without an apology, and although he clearly didn't build any professional relationships in Shark Tank, business seemed to be going pretty well for Scotty Vest. And besides Vest, they're also now offering hats, pins, and various other items that have been technically enhanced. Back in 2011, Mike Apicchio and Sean Lee decided to showcase their clothing line called Hillbilly Brand on Shark Tank. The guys quickly laid out their asking price of $50,000 in exchange for a 25% stake in their company. The sharks were thrilled, and soon enough, the hopeful entrepreneurs landed a deal with Damon John, Robert Harjovic, and guest shark Jeff Foxworthy. Still, after the show aired, the negotiations lasted for several months and seemingly led to nowhere, as they simply couldn't come to terms. The guys behind the already successful Hillbilly Brand regretted coming to the show in the first place and ultimately walked away from the deal. Considering the fact that their business is still up and running, they made the right decision. In season 5, one of the pitches for a mobile app called Scan, GuardGeek came in asking for a $1 million investment in exchange for a 5% stake in his code scanning mobile app. The young man explained that the scannable codes are everywhere today, and that he and a handful of college buddies developed a mobile app that he claimed was the easiest way of scanning and interacting with any of these codes. The app was free and available both on iOS and Android services, with 51 million downloads overall and 27 million monthly users. However, being bombed with questions from the sharks, Gear revealed that they had already dealt with investors and that the company had already raised $8.7 million. Obviously, this must have been the moment when he regretted going on Shark Tank, since Damon John immediately asked him why is he even on the show, and is he just looking for exposure. Even though he didn't land a deal on the show, it wasn't all that bad, since the company was acquired by Snapchat later on for a whopping $54 million. In order to pitch their dating network called Coffee Meets Bagel, sisters Erin Dewan and Sue Kang appeared in season 6 of the show. While discussing common problems related to online dating, the sisters came to an idea to set up their own dating network, as none of the available ones provided a perfect experience for them. The app took traditional online dating formula, but merged it with elements of social media so that users would see other users who shared mutual friends with them on Facebook. Even though the app was lucrative for Kang sisters, they came to ask for $500,000 for a 5% equity stake to get a little extra push. As sharks went out one by one, the sisters were getting more and more disappointed, regretting that they even decided to go on the show, still realizing that there is money to be made. Mark Cuban surprised them by offering $30 million for the entire company. Luckily, the Kang sisters must have realized that they have a killer app on their hands and that they didn't need Shark Tank in the first place, so they declined Cuban's offer. So that's all we have for today's video. We'll see you next time.